On.
Hi, I'm Connie, and today we'll be doing a fully seated chair yoga practice. This practice is for those who have less mobility or maybe just don't have the energy to move a lot. What you will need for this practice is a sturdy chair, if you have one with a solid base and a flat back. If you don't have that, and all you have is a cushy chair or couch, that's okay. I just recommend that you move a little more towards the edge of the seat so you can have some stability underneath you. You also want your feet to plant firmly on the floor. So if the heels are up or the legs kind of swing, you can place some yoga blocks underneath your feet or books or even a blanket. The other thing that you'll need for this practice is something like a yoga strap. If you don't have that, it's okay. Any belt will do. Something that allows you to take your arms nice and wide. Okay? So gather those things and we'll get started. So at the start of each practice, I'm going to recommend that we close our eyes for just a moment. This allows us to focus more on how the body feels and to notice our breath. So as you inhale, feeling the lungs expand, the ribs expand. And as you exhale, notice the softening of the shoulders. And becoming aware of the position of the body. Just seeing if you can find your sitting bones underneath you. Allow those to root down into the chair as you sit up a little taller, a little straighter. And feel the breath move in and out through the nose and in and out through the body. And then we'll softly blink the eyes open, lifting the gaze, and we'll begin. So we're going to drop our chin down towards our chest here. We don't want to overdo anything. We don't want to move into any pain or too deep of a sensation. But allow the head to drop down. And then gently, we're going to let the head roll a little bit side to side. So just keeping the chin moving across the chest from collarbone to collarbone. Allowing that full breath to come into the chest. And then return the chin to center and lift your head. And then we're going to drop our left ear down towards our left shoulder. And just allow the weight of the head to gently stretch the muscles of the neck. And then returning the head to center, pause. And then drop the head over to the right. Still maintaining that nice, long, tall spine, shoulders rolling back. And as you breathe, imagine that you can breathe all the way up into the neck, into the tight places. And then once again, return the head to center. This time we're going to look side to side. So gazing out over one shoulder, allowing the shoulders to roll back once more, so you can draw the belly in a little here. And then returning the head to center, gaze towards the opposite side. And then returning to center once more. This time we're going to gaze up, but be really mindful not to just drop the head back. So we want to think of lifting up with the chest, lift up with the chin, gaze up with the eyes, let the shoulders roll back. Allowing the neck to be nice and long. And then as you exhale, return the head to center. Okay. And then once again, we're going to drop the ear down towards the shoulder. And this time, we're going to take our right hand. Let the hand rest on the head. So we're not pulling and yanking. We're allowing a little bit of extra weight from the hand. And then from here, you can extend that left arm out at an angle. You may feel a good bit of stretch across the top of the arm, across the shoulder, maybe even more into the neck. be gentle. We're not trying to move into the greatest, deepest stretch that you can possibly imagine. And breathe. And then as you exhale, release the hands. Head comes back to center. And then other side. So dropping that ear towards the shoulder. And then letting that hand rest on top of your head. And then, if that feels okay to do so, extend that right arm out. Allowing your breath to be slow and full. Again, not forcing, just allowing. And one more breath. And as you exhale, release the hands, head comes back up to center. Very good. One more time, we're going to gaze side to side. So allowing the chin to reach over that shoulder. And then come back to center. And one more time to the other side. And center. Okay. So we're going to roll the shoulders. So exploring that range of motion for you. As you inhale, lift the shoulders up, let them roll back, and as you exhale, let them roll down on the back of the body. And one more, just like that. And then we'll go the other direction. So again, as you inhale, lift up and back, and as you exhale, roll forward. We'll do just two more. And last one. Very good. Okay. This time we'll do a little bit of a seated cat-cow. So let your hands come a little bit forward. The hands will move on the lap as the chest opens and closes. So as you inhale, we'll let the arms roll back, lift the chest, lift the chin slightly, and then as you exhale, let the arms come forward, round your back, tuck your chin. And keep going here. Again, we're not moving into any places of pain. A little bit of discomfort, a little bit of tightness and tension is okay. And we'll do one more. Inhale to open. Exhale to round. And then come right back to center. Okay. From here, we're going to take the arms out to the side. Let them be at shoulder height. Now, if you have any shoulder injuries or a whole lot of shoulder tension here, you can always lower the arms a little bit. And let the shoulder blades drop down and reach the arms away from you. So even just this little bit of work here can give some resistance to the arms and the shoulders. So it doesn't look like we're doing much, but it may feel like quite a bit. And then from here, we're going to turn the palms up. And as the hands turn up, maybe that whole arm will rotate. And breathe. And then turn the palms down. And maybe allow the palms to face towards the back of the room. And then again, turn the palms up and down. So as we do this, we're rotating the arms and the shoulder sockets a little bit here. Your shoulders may roll forward. I'm just trying to get some movement here. And then coming right back to center, we'll release the arms. Okay. Next, let's move to the hands and the wrists. So arms up. I'm going to start with the fingers. So really squeeze the hands in, squeezing the fingers in, and then open the fingers nice and wide. And just keep going. Squeeze and open and squeeze and open. And then from here we'll roll the wrists. So we're just exploring range of motion. And so you may find that you don't have a whole lot of range of motion, and that's okay. That's why we're doing this. We're releasing some stagnant energy. We're allowing some greater blood flow. And then pause one more time. We'll open. Take the arms back out to center. Open the arms nice and wide. Breathe into the chest. And then exhale. Release the hands to the lap. Moving on to the feet and legs. So we're going to extend our right leg forward. We're just going to circle this ankle. And as you do so, Maybe move the toes in and out too. So the same squeezing that we did with the fingers, you do that with the toes. And then go the opposite direction. Just one more moment. And then hold. We're allowing the muscles of this top of this leg here to work. Point the toes. And then flex your feet. So really drawing the toes and the feet back. Again, point and flex. And point. And flex. And one more. And release. Other side. So again, starting with that ankle. Just making circles, again, exploring that range of motion, allowing fluid and blood and energy to move, and other direction. Again, squeezing the toes, working out the kinks. One more moment, and then hold, point, release. Point, and flex. And point and flex. And your leg may be working hard here. I know mine is. And one more. Point, and flex. And release. Okay. So this time we're going to lift this right knee towards our chest. You can use your hands to lean down, grab onto that thigh, and pull. And release. And we'll go to the other side. Lean down, pull, and release. One more time each side. And we'll hold it in a moment. And release. This time, let's see about lifting that knee up without the assistance of the hands. And then as needed, grab on. And this time we'll pull the leg a little closer and hold. And release. Other side. See about lifting that leg up first and then grab on, pull the leg a little closer. And breathe. Really important to breathe. I mean, obviously we breathe all day long anyway, but a conscious, mindful breath is really important as well. And release. Okay. We're going to take our right leg and we're just going to extend the leg forward like we did a moment ago and release. We're going to do that 2 more times. Extend and release. And once more, extend and release. Moving on to the other side. Reach and release and reach and release. And one more, reach and release. Okay, this time we're going to lift this right leg and take the hands underneath the thigh and extend that leg to straight and release. If your leg is not as high as mine, who cares? Doesn't even matter, right? We're just giving the body a little bit of work here. We're going to do one more and release. And other side. So lift if you can without assistance. Grab on and extend and release. And one more. Very good. And release. Scoot just a little bit closer to the edge of your seat. And this time we're going to let the legs come just a little bit wider. I'm just going to shift the knees from side to side. This can help relieve some tension in the hips, maybe even the low back. And then holding right in the center, we're going to bring our elbows to our legs. Now, if you feel or have a lot of low back pain, maybe you just rest your hands here. All we're doing is just giving ourselves a little bit of a lean forward. And this can help to relieve some low back tension, especially if we tend to sit a lot and everything gets kind of crunched and tight. And we'll just breathe. And if you're on the elbows, that's okay too. So wherever it feels best for you to be. just to lean over a little bit with support. And then we'll walk the hands back in and bring the legs back to center and scoot back just a little here. So planting the feet firmly on the floor once again. Drawing the belly back, sitting up nice and tall. I'm just going to do a little side bending here. So planting your right hand to the chair. I'm going to reach that left arm out, up and over. Make sure that your hip is not coming up off the seat. So we want to keep our hips firmly planted and use this hand as leverage, and then draw that shoulder back and reach and breathe. So think about breathing into this side of the body. This is where we're trying to make space. If you have a lot of shoulder pain, you can always take that arm out to the side or even let it sit on your hip. And then we'll come back to center. We'll take the left hand down. Inhale, reach that right arm up. Again, let this shoulder roll back. You can bend this bottom elbow here. Keep your hips pressing into the chair. Keep your feet pressing into the floor. And breathe into the side body. One more breath. And release. Okay. Holding here in the center. Again, let the belly draw back. If you tend to kind of round into your back and slouch a little bit more, just think about really lifting the front of the body up tall. I tend to sit forward, so I need to pull back a little. From here, we're going to take a breath in. And as you exhale, twist over towards your right. Just allowing the muscles of the body to do the twist. And then you can take your hand across your lap, deepening the twist a little. We just want to make sure that we're not really cranking around. One more breath. And then as you exhale, come back to center and pause. And maybe you notice a little bit of lightness in one side of the body now. And take a breath in. And as you exhale, twist over to the left. Using the muscles of the body. Maybe your twist doesn't go too far. That's okay. Let that be okay. We're just training the muscles around the spine. You can use your hands as a little extra leverage. And breathe. And then one more breath. As you exhale, return to center. From here, we're going to take the arms out to a cactus shape. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, twist to your right. And center. As you exhale, twist to the left. And center. We're going to do that one more time. So take a breath in. Exhale, twist to the right. And come back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. And center. And release the arms. Okay. One more moment. We're going to side bend once more. And this time we'll start with the left hand down. Inhale up. And center. Other side, inhale up. And center. One more twist. Inhale here. Exhale, twist to the left. And center, inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. And center. Now we'll take our strap or belt, whatever it is that you have. We're going to take our arms about shoulder height and let your hands be a little bit wider than the shoulders. And then notice what the wrists want to do here. So they may tend to kind of pull back or break forward or a little side to side. So see if you can get your wrists nice and straight. And we're going to put a gentle tug on the strap. I'm just going to hold here for a moment. Press it down into the floor. Let the belly draw in. And then as you inhale, we're going to take the arms up and overhead. And breathe. Breathing into the chest. Notice if you're really kind of arching back to get here. We want to still keep the spine nice and straight. And if your arms need to be a little bit more forward, let that be okay. And so we're holding the arms up here, using the strap as a little bit of support. I'm still gently pulling the strap apart. My shoulders are working here. We want to make sure that we're not really lifting the shoulders up super high because that puts a lot of tension in the neck, so let the shoulders be soft. Once again, a gentle tug on the strap. Breathe into the chest. And then as you exhale, we're going to bring the arms back down. Rest them in the lap for just a moment. You may want to shrug your shoulders or roll them out a little bit. Okay, again, so arms at shoulder height. Gentle tug of the strap. Let the belly draw back. Inhale, lift, and breathe. Again, your sitting bones are pressing down into your support, whether that's a chair or a couch. Belly is drawing in. Lift up tall. One more breath. And as you exhale, release. Let your hands rest on your lap. One more time, and we're going to add on to this. So start here, gentle pull of the strap. Inhale the arms up and overhead. Okay, so again, legs are pressing into the floor. And you may notice that as you push your feet down into the floor, you'll notice the leg muscles engage a little bit. We're going to take a breath in here. As you exhale, we're going to twist over towards the right. And keep in mind that it's not that whole side of the body that's twisting, right? The legs are staying put. And then come back to center, inhale. Exhale, twist over to the left. And so that twist is really happening right around the rib cage. And again, if you don't go too far, that's okay. As you exhale, maybe go a little deeper. One more breath. Exhale, return to center, and release. Very good. Okay, so from here we'll move on to the legs. So if you have it in your ability today to lift that right leg, go ahead and lift it. That way we're training the muscles, the hip flexors, the abdominals, and the top of this leg. And we're going to take that strap under the foot. If you're really not able to lift that leg too well, you can let your strap go long. Place it under the foot, and then lift with a little assistance. So from here, we're going to gently push the foot into the strap and straighten the leg. Now, if your leg needs to stay on your chair, that's okay. Otherwise, we're going to lift it up a little bit. Let the shoulders roll back, and breathe. And then we'll release that foot. I'm going to take both straps into this center hand here, so into the left hand. And then we're going to lift, and you may not need the strap for this, but that's okay if you do. We're going to lift, and we're nice and easy. We're going to take this leg across the body here. Across this left leg. And then from here, we're just going to hang out for a moment. Now, if getting this foot on top of this thigh is a lot of work, you can let this leg come out straighter. That brings it down a little bit. You can even just let your foot kind of rest on top of the other foot. So I'm just getting a little bit of rotation in this leg. I'm just allowing the leg to hang out here for a moment longer, releasing some tension in this hip. Now, if you've got hip issues, please, if there's any pain, I'm not talking about tightness or discomfort, but sharp pain. We want to avoid that. And then from here, we're going to lift this leg up. You can take your hand underneath that knee for assistance and release. And release your strap. So we'll move to the other side. So again, either lifting that leg or reaching down and taking the strap underneath the foot. And using some assistance, pulling it in. And then we'll gently press the foot into the strap, straightening that leg as much as is available for it. Sit up tall and breathe. Let the shoulders roll back, so we don't want to be hunched over if we can help it. Sit up tall. You may feel the muscles along the spine working here. That's good. Breathe. And then release. We'll take this foot flat, bring the straps to the inside. And then we'll lift. You can use the hand under the knee for assistance. And again, we'll let this leg rest. And you may notice that my leg on this side is a little bit higher than the other side. That's just the way that my leg sits in this hip socket. It's also a little extra tight here today. That's okay. So I'm just going to breathe. I'm going to allow this leg to descend as it will. And sometimes it takes regular practice, coming back to it, allowing the muscles to begin to let go. I'm just going to breathe. Just a few more moments here. And then taking that hand underneath the knee, we're going to lift back up and release nice and easy. And we'll release that strap. Okay, you can set your strap to the side. And just one more little bit here. One more little bit of leg extension. So we did this already. You can let your foot drag along the floor if that's where you need to be. Otherwise, we'll lift this leg up and extend it out. Bring it back in and release. And then we'll do the other side. So again, you can just slide the foot along the floor if that's where you are today. Otherwise, we're going to lift this leg, extend it out, bring it back in, and release. Other side, we'll do each side one more time. So lift, extend, bend, and release. And then one more. Lift, extend, bend, and release. Very good. So once more, I'm going to give the option of just kind of folding over the legs. So legs can stay this width. You can take them a little bit wider. You can keep your hands here, or you can bring your elbows down. Let your neck be soft. Let your shoulders be soft. Breathe into the belly. And then we'll walk the hands back in. And we'll sit. So we're going to round out the practice the way that we began, allowing the eyes to close. For this last little bit, you're welcome to sit back comfortably in your chair. You're even welcome to lie down if you'd like. I'm just going to come back to the breath, closing the eyes, and just breathing, taking just a moment, kind of like bookends. Beginning and ending the practice with this withdrawal inward. Let's focus on the breath. And you're welcome to stay here as long as you would like, or softly blink the eyes open. Bring our palms together at our hearts. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me. Namaste.